Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is your boy Junior, aka Smoking Guns, out here in Tucson, Arizona, representing the Ultimate Fight Club, giving you the latest content in boxing and MMA news that is out. So, today's video, we're going to be talking about the aftermath of UFC 232, man. Dude, they had some really good fights on that card, and I'm going to be going over the main fights with the main event and the co-main event with Jon Jones versus Alexander Gustafsson, and we're going to be going over co-main event CRIS CYBORG versus Amanda Nunes. So first, we're going to be highlighting CRIS CYBORG versus Amanda Nunes. Dude, that fight was friggin' crazy, man. Amanda Nunes has just knocked out CRIS CYBORG. Dude, she literally did the unthinkable, man. I was even one of the people that didn't think she was going to win. At first, I thought she had a chance just because I know she's got some crack. But when I seen her at the weigh-ins with CRIS CYBORG, I was like, nah, I don't think she's going to friggin' make it. It was almost like a man fighting a little boy, man. But yo, these fools got it in, man. And Amanda Nunes pulled it out. They came into the cage, started gauging each other out, and then they went in for an exchange, and you could see Amanda Nunes got the best of that exchange. And CRIS CYBORG, she got irritated, tried to press her and get some get back, and dude, they just started friggin' duking it out. Vop, 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 blow for blow, tap for tat. And dude, Amanda Nunes was just cracking her ass. She was just zipping her right down the middle. Friggin' CRIS CYBORG was throwing some powerful loopy punches, and Amanda Nunes' punches were hitting her just that much quicker. She ended up taking CRIS CYBORG ass out, dropped her, started ground and pounding her, and the ref just jumped into that damn thing, man. So, yo, you got to give it up for Amanda Nunes. She's the first woman to hold two belts simultaneously, 135 and 145 pound champion. And dude, that was a friggin' amazing performance, man. She friggin' held her ground. She friggin' went tit for tat, and she was able to get the best of CRIS CYBORG on that, man. So it's going to be really interesting to see where Amanda Nunes goes from here. I mean, she's literally taking out the boogie woman of the friggin' women's division, man. I'm talking about nobody really wanted any kind of smoke with CRIS CYBORG, and Amanda Nunes was able to go in there and make it look friggin' easy, man. She looked powerful up in there. She looked fast. So it makes me wonder, what are they going to do with the 145-pound division in that women's division? Are they going to let Amanda Nunes stay in the 145-pound division to do like little super fights with other people? Or, I mean, dude, you never know what the hell they're going to do with that division just because they didn't have anybody to be able to fight in that division. Most of the competitors that were fighting CRIS CYBORG in that division were women that were coming up from the 135-pound division. They didn't have a stable of fighters for that division. So it's going to be interesting to see what Dana White does with that division, if he keeps that division, or if that division is going to be left in limbo. But you got to give Amanda Nunes her props. Congratulations on that great win, and it's going to be exciting to see where you go from here. Now, going into the Jon Jones versus Alexander Gustafsson fight, dude, I knew that it was going to be a very competitive fight because both of these dudes are technicians up in there, and I know Jon Jones, he has a very good way of being able to use his range and his reach, and I know Alexander has really good boxing, really good takedown defense, and I knew that he could use certain things to be able to pose problems for Jon Jones. And I was actually giving Alexander the edge in this fight just because Jon Jones has been on a long layoff, and the last time he came on a long layoff, he went up against OSP, and he didn't really look that great against OSP. Even though he was never put in danger in the fight, he just looked a little off in that fight. But then I started looking at Alexander Gustafsson. I was like, when was the last time that fool fought? And it's been over a year and a half since that fool fought. And I was like, damn, I don't think he's going to win this fight, man, because Jon Jones, I know what he looks like on a layoff, but a dude like Alexander Gustafsson, I've never seen him on a layoff, and then a layoff for a year and a half. Jon Jones is a bad fight to be coming off a long layoff and have him as your first fight. And that's exactly what happened. Now, going into that first round, dude, it was a very technical round. They both were trying to gauge each other out, trying to gauge the distance with each other to be able to get their strikes off. And Jon Jones did a very good job of being able to stay out of the range of Alexander's boxing, being able to use his kicks and being able to use his punches to keep Alexander out of range. And then going into the second round, it was more or less just like the first round, except Alexander, he was able to find his range a lot better with his punches, being able to get off certain combinations. But Jon Jones was able to start reading that, was able to start finding his distance to be able to stay away from Alexander's punches, being able to circle out on the cage, being able to use his kicks. He even finished off the round with a really nice spinning back kick, landed flush on Alexander Gustafsson. And I would personally end up giving him that round, and he edged that round out just by a little bit. And then going into the third round, they gauged each other out a little bit, and Jon Jones got the takedown immediately. Bam. As soon as he got the takedown, he started landing some ground and pound on Alexander Gustafsson. He was working in Alexander's half guard. And then when he escaped Alexander's half guard to get into side control, he had Alexander Gustafsson in a half Nelson, and he used that in order to be able to transition into his back. And as soon as he got to his back, dude, he just started raining down friggin' punches on his ass, dude. Just started friggin' vop, 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 vop. The referee had to step in, and you could see Alexander was effed up. And it was a good thing that ref stepped in, because he wasn't able to defend himself. And Jon Jones has become, yet again, the new light heavyweight championship in the UFC, man. So, it was a really good performance by Jon Jones. Be able to come from a long layoff like that and being able to take out a guy like Alexander Gustafsson. But like I said, Alexander Gustafsson was on a very long layoff himself for over a year and a half. So that was a horrible fight for him to come off that layoff and to fight a dude like Jon Jones, man. But you got to give Jon Jones his props. And it's going to be interesting to see where he goes on from here, because there's some really good dudes in that light heavyweight division. But personally, I do not see any of them dudes taking out Jon Jones. And it's going to be interesting to see if Jon Jones is going to move up to that heavyweight division, because I know he's been clamoring to be able to fight Brock Lesnar, because Brock Lesnar is going to be making his way back into the UFC. Or it'll be really interesting to see if Jon Jones moves up to heavyweight to fight Daniel Cormier and be able to take the belt off of him. Dude, that would be a really badass fight if Jon Jones went up to heavyweight to fight him at heavyweight. Dude, I'm not really sure. I think that could be a different fight, just because Daniel Cormier looks really good at that heavyweight division, and we'll just have to see what happens from here, man. So I hope you guys like the video. If you guys like the video, make sure to hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you guys have any kind of questions, any kind of comments on this, make sure to hit me up in the comment section, and I'll be sure to hit you up, okay? So I hope you like the video. Holla at your boy.